So this is Sawyer River Road here. It runs down into 302, which goes through Crawford Notch. Well, that's actually off the trail someplace. And this is our starting point where the parking lot is, and we're going to start by going up to the summit of Mt Carrigain, and then enter the Pemigewasset wilderness area. So we're back in wilderness again, and we are going to make our way then into the lowlands of the wilderness. We're not bagging a lot of peaks here today. Carrigain is a 4,000 footer. So we're going to make our way down to the Pemigewasset River, a place called Stillwater Junction, and we're going to continue on the Shoal Pond Trail and past Shoal Pond somewhere up here, and we're going to have to stealth camp on this trip because there are no established campsites, I believe. So up the Shoal Pond Trail, we'll hit the Appalachian Trail for just a short section, and then back down the Thoreau Falls Trail, back down to the Pemigewasset River again, and we'll follow along the Wilderness Trail, and again somewhere in here we'll be looking to camp, and then we're going to take the Cedar Brook Trail and then do the Hancocks and come back down and camp again, and then take the Hancock Notch Trail back out to Sawyer River Road a couple miles up, and then we'll have to do a road walk. It's a dirt road, a couple miles to get back to the car Thursday morning. We are supposed to get some rain over these days, so mostly nighttime, evening, afternoon thunderstorms. So that'll make life interesting. I did remember to bring my rain hat this time. I probably forgot something else. All right, off we go. Well, it's about 12:15, and I am at the summit of Mt Carrigain, so that's 5 miles in. Not too shabby. And while the weather is hazy, we do have some views. I can identify some of this. Don't get dizzy. That's the way we came up across that ridge. So somewhere beyond that is, Sawyer River Road and Route 302, I believe the number was, leading up to, which notch is that? Oh well. The presidentials, and got some mist on top of Washington today. And I don't know what's over there. The Franconia Ridge, and I'm going to guess that's Bond in front of us. The closest peak. Lincoln, Lafayette, Owl's Head, this side, kind of, the definition's kind of not that good, what with the mist. And, well, Hancock should be over there somewhere. So, as I mentioned way down in the parking lot, this fire tower, or what remains of the fire tower, was mentioned in the in the trail map down below and in the AMC online trail guide, which they keep pretty well up to date. So I expected it to be here, but somebody on the way up told me that it in fact had been torn down, and there's some truth to both of those, I guess. It's been partially torn down. This observation platform is pretty clearly a fairly new vintage. It hasn't been here all that long, and I'm sure the tower used to be taller. So it's nice they were able to keep the some of the tower here anyway. There wouldn't be a lot of view without it. So we're headed down the Desolation Trail. We'll hit a junction with Carrigain Notch Trail in 1.9 and Stillwater Junction in 2.5. And it's all downhill from here. It's about 1 o'clock now, and we're still making our way down. It's supposed to be an hour by the book to do the 1.9 miles to the link with the Carrigain Notch Trail. But as I mentioned in a earlier video, the formula for calculating the time makes no allowance for going downhill. The guidebook for this section says, well, there's some steep parts and there's some less steep parts, but so far it's all seemed pretty steep to me, and we're not making very good time. So you can kind of see out into the Pemigewasset Wilderness a little bit there, and there's our trail. Down, down, down. So it only took us an hour and 45 minutes to do the 1.97 Desolation Trail that the book said should have taken an hour. But again, that's just strictly applying the formula. There's no way you're coming down that in an hour and surviving to tell the tale. So we're actually going to pick up the Carrigain Notch Trail here and follow it down to Stillwater Junction, which is about 3/4 of a mile, and there we'll split off onto the Shoal Pond Trail. Not sure how far we're going to go today. We'll see when we get there. We'll hike till at least 3 and then start looking for a spot, I think. So it's about 2:30, and we're here at Stillwater Junction. That certainly was a pleasant stroll compared to what we've been on to get here through nice piney woods. So that way is the Wilderness Trail, which basically follows this bank. I'm not sure which bank we're on. The left bank of the Pemigewasset River down towards Lincoln Woods. Behind me, the Shoal Pond Trail crosses the Pemigewasset River right down here. So that means that's what we'll be doing. I can't tell from here whether I'm going to be wading or rock hopping. So, and according to the trail guide, there's reference to a camp that should be 3/4 of a mile in, near the first crossing of the Shoal Pond Brook. So we'll take a look at that and maybe spend the night there. The sky is getting darker in places, although it's still clear blue in others. The guidebook makes reference to a Camp 21 clearing just to the left of the trail, which I'm going to have to guess is this. I was hoping that it would be a good place for camping, but it ain't. So plan B, we'll just keep going along and try to find something suitable. It's about 20 after 3. We still haven't found campsite. But just in case we find a campsite and it doesn't happen to be near water, we're filling up our water reservoir from the Shoal Pond stream. So if we find a place to camp, we'll have at least that much, which should be enough to get us through the night. We're not going to be far from water for most of this trip, so I'm not really concerned about running out. So we hiked all the way to Shoal Pond, which is further than we had planned to go. But we really were finding nothing along the Shoal Pond Trail. And I know that Fishwater hung a hammock near here a week or two ago. So I'm not sure you can make out the pond right through there, and there's a couple of orange tags 30 feet for me or so, and that's the trail. And there's this area here that I found just off the trail that maybe would make a not very good campsite. So I took off my pack and then I started looking around, and I'll show you what I found with a little perseverance. I was kind of working my way up the ridge away from the pond, and there's a series of little trails, as is often the case in places like this, that tend to go off and peter out. But then I found a trail that actually seemed to, whatever the opposite of petering out is, it gets more evident, headed right up there. So at the top of the ridge, you get this area, which looks like you could host a Boy Scout jamboree here. I don't think I'll have any problem finding a place to hang a hammock, and I don't know if I want a fire, but there's a big old fire pit and some sitting logs. Always handy. So, home for the night. Well, I just got the tarp set up, and we're starting to get a little pitter-patter of rain. Don't know if it'll amount to very much. There's a dark cloud over us, but again, blue sky in other places. But tarp is set up. We're good. We have a a new meal to try. This is a different approach. I've been using I've been using commercial foods, or Babelfish 5 recipes, and they both generally follow the same approach, in that you basically make a meal and then dehydrate it, and pack it, and then rehydrate the meal on the trail. But the meal has already been created ahead of time. this is a little bit different. To some extent, I'm mixing dried and packaged ingredients here on the trail. So this has never been combined before. It's a new thing. So it's tuna noodle casserole. And to start with, this is some dehydrated peas and mushrooms, some packet envelope of cheese sauce, and some powdered milk. So we're going to put this in the water and bring the water to a boil. Other components include, should have pulled these out first, here we go. A package of tuna fish, 2.6 ounces, needs no refrigeration. Chunk light tuna in water. And the last ingredient, well, you know what it looks like, I won't bother to pull it out, is ramen noodles. So those will go in later in the process. So after the dry ingredients came to a boil, I broke up the package of ramen noodles and added it, and I've been letting that sit for a while. And that seems like an appropriate consistency. And now we'll add the tuna. Well, there it is with the tuna mixed in. Doesn't look a lot different, does it? It's pretty tasty. It's okay. It's a good change of pace. A little fussy. And the ramen noodles are a little difficult to eat with a spoon. But a worthy effort. So it's about 7:45, and I'm in bed. I got the underquilt down there, but it feels too warm for the top quilt still. Thermometer's telling me 66 or so. For most of the day I was in the low 70s, so pretty moderate considering that it is August. Let's see, late in the day I went down to Shoal Pond, and the light was kind of dim and I couldn't see well what I was doing, and I tried to, well, I did scoop some water from the shore of the pond where it was shallow. Didn't look bad to me as far as I could tell. Not too heavy with sediments or anything, but when I went to filter it, I got 12 ounces or so, and it seemed to plug up the filter. So I tried a little back flush, and we'll see what it's like in the morning. We'll go on to some nice clear running stream and try to filter it, and well, we'll decide then what to do about it if it doesn't work. So we got some Kindle book to read to pass the time, and eventually we'll go to sleep. See you in the morning. Good night.